So today we're actually going to take a look at a series of videos. Essentially, it's going to be of the decline of the Black community. I think that is a good way to put it. And specifically, it is systemic, but also you have a lot of hate from Black people onto other Black people, destroying their own community. So we're going to take a look at one. The very first video is going to be about a guy. He's very passionate about it in regards to how he is referring to gangs, gang culture, and what it's doing to the Black community. And then we're going to have some other videos that are also going to go into it, mainly just talking about overall how the Black community cannot recover if it does not fix the issue from within. Okay, because at the end of the day, we just go and say, yes, it's the man who's doing this, it's the system, it's the educational system. Because I just got done watching, I guess it was a news piece. It wasn't a documentary. It was more of a news piece on Georgia's education system, and in regards to how you have quite a few people. I believe they said it was 1/3 of students who can actually read at reading, grade level. And how problematic that was. There was a 14-year-old girl. She was reading like a first grader, so you have a lot of that kind of stuff that is going on. Okay, I guess she was reading more like a third grader. But you have a lot of that kind of stuff that's going on. And then you add on everything else with the police brutality. You have on everything else as, just increase activity of police officers within Black communities. You have the colorism, you have the texturism, you have all of these isms, you have all these other problems. But at the end of the day, we cannot keep blaming other people for our misfortune overall as the Black community. Okay, you cannot keep blaming somebody else for why you're in your certain predicament. Yes, are we in terms of economically? Are we in a certain position because of other systemic issues? Of course. But with all that being said, where I'm saying, or what I'm saying, so it does not get misinterpreted, would be, no one told you, the man did not tell you to not pick up a book. The man did not tell you to go and pick up a gun or go and get fentanyl or any of this other stuff just because. The man did not tell you to go on TikTok and scroll. The man did not tell you at 12, 13, whatever, to just ditch school. The man did not tell you at 13 years old to go in cheeks. The man did not tell you to do that. The man did not tell you to disrespect women, curse them out, beat them up. The man did not tell you to then go and try to fight someone just because they have a lighter complexion than you. The man did not tell you to do any of that stuff. So at the end of the day, I think we do have to understand that yes, there are a lot of systemic issues that yes, there are a lot of systemic issues that we do have certain laws, voting regulations, voting rights, water issues, trying to tear down a whole community just so you could put a railroad up in there, making it so that people live in food deserts. I get that. But one gang getting mad at another gang or a random person because you're wearing a different color shirt, where they do that at? Here. And that's the problem. We also, because there's so many other issues that we could be talking about right now. Okay, we could be talking about these taxes and why they're so hard on people in the middle class. Meanwhile, you got billionaires that are not paying their fair share in terms of percentage. Okay, you got people who are paying 25, 30% in taxes, especially if you're a 1099. And then you turn around and what do you have? You got billionaires that are paying maybe 2%. Oh, but they're paying more money than you. Yeah, but they're paying 2% of their income. I'm paying 30. We got other things we could be talking about here. What can we do to increase our education for our youth? What kind of after school program? And people can say, oh, but Trump, he's dismantling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I get that. But we were also having this issue decades ago. Trump wasn't in office. Okay. Many decades ago, he wasn't in office for that. No Child Left Behind, he wasn't there for that. And yet we were having all these issues. So we can't keep going and, oh, but it's this, it's everything in this regard. But I'm gonna go ahead, just let these videos play, and let me know what y'all think down below with this. Let's get into it.
Hey, yo, this is called F Your Gang. And F your gang, F your squad, F whatever set it is that you represent. We got way too many people dying, way too many children getting shot for me to not finally come on here and just say F y'all and F everything you represent. Y'all are not real men. We got too many people getting shot and killed, but it's a small number of ignorant, dumb that nobody ever wants to call out that's shooting up the block. But we can have a dumb rapper make a song about it and talking about I'm blasting some in the head and his brain's coming out and we'll make this a millionaire. But anybody that speaks against it, they don't want to hear that, right? That's why it's finally came to this point for me to have to say F y'all, F your gang, every gang in the United States, F all y'all, F your whole idea, and you're F***ing up our community, and we hate you, nigga. We hate all y'all. I'm trying to cause problems. I got a plan in which we can change it all.
We killing each other because we killing ourselves. We're not, when another man, I know, I've been in a position, it's out of our control. It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's that situation when you got, we are living in a war zone. It's not as easy as these people are making us think that they just got some criminal ass black kids with guns. It is not like that. We live in hell. We live in the gutter. We got us stacked up 80 deep in one building. You know, by the time you get out your house, you strapped to protect yourself. Because you're living in the same community that the police is carrying rifles and riot gear. Same, they need them riot, excuse my language, I'm so sorry. The same reasons they need the riot hat, the riot jacket, the flak jacket, the double vest, the 9mm Glocks with extra bullets, the tear gas, the mace, all that. Who do you think the police is using that against? Dogs? So we fighting the same villains that they fight in the street. But instead of them seeing us fighting villains in the street, we all villains.
All right. The 60s were different. Yes, sir. Yeah. 50 years later, the context is different. God is retaliating in his own way. But this murder that is going on in our own community makes it difficult for me to make the right and necessary call for your justice. On any given Saturday night in cities across this nation, it's we killing each other. You make it easy for racist police to kill you because you are busy killing yourself. But if you stopped and became a community that respects the life of each other and will protect the life of each other and will protect your women and your girls. Yeah. And if an enemy of that peace comes in among us,
I just came from the gym and I was just thinking, how did we lose our way? I understand, you know, in the 80s and 90s, certain cultures came out there. We started hustling and getting money, the 2000s and the 2025s. But damn, we lost our way as a people. And it's almost scary to wonder what's going to happen in the next decade or two. 10 to 20 years from now, it's going to be anarchy out here. It'll be like Mad Max, especially in my community. My community is a community I don't think nobody should even want to live there anymore. It's barren, it's destructive, it's demonic, it's untrustworthy, it's unloving. I don't think nobody should want to live in the inner cities of America anymore, because if you bring your kids up in an environment, you're doing them a disservice. Peace out. Os.
Think you soft. Number 5. Don't show no love. Love will get you killed.
Why are people just now realizing the CIA has been on autopilot for years? Nigga, the day that dark skin versus light skin debates hit the timeline was the day that Ronald Reagan started chilling. There isn't a CIA agent out there trying to manipulate black people. When they seen Boom Gang in 2018, that's when they said, we'll handle the rest. Sexy Red, 20v1's Don Julio Popeyes collab. Nigga, the CIA and Ronald Reagan are sitting back and watching this like the final season of their favorite sitcom. Ever since the Shade Room got invented, they've been walking into work with slippers. Nigga, they about to start being able to work from home. That's why when I was arguing with my homies and he said the DL whisperer, I'm like, bruh, you is not even close, bruh. Atlanta in a hole is a CIA experiment. The CIA used to really plant information. Nigga, they invented crack.
Now all they gotta do is have Sexy Red drop one song and have the Zeus drop a Baddies trailer and we good.
Carts? Tubi?
Kaisa Nat.
Nigga, they inhale pouring champagne right now.
Ice Cube says the CIA used gangster rap as a psyop to destroy the black community. Now this is something, if you done any type of research, you already knew. Now, I've seen a lot of people going at Ice Cube saying, yeah, but you played a part of it and blah, blah, blah. And this is something I was just talking about, with earlier this week, about how our community don't let us grow. It's like, okay, when you might be involved in something, or you might say something, or you might have certain views, given the information you have at the time. As you grow and gain new information, black people, it's okay to say I was wrong, I got new information, now my thought process changed and I feel this way now. It's like our culture wants us to stay stuck in one spot forever. And you can't advance past that. So yeah, he took a part of it. He helped create gangster rap, but he was a kid trying to get rich, trying to get out the ghetto. Now that he done, gain more knowledge and he's older now, he's that, damn man, this is fucking us up. And he's trying to let you know, but he gets backlash for it. Like, how y'all feel about that?
I feel like if you really do take a look, and I think Ice Cube is 100% correct. When you look at hip hop and what it promotes, right, which is violence, also which is drug usage, which we know that there's pharmaceutical companies that are intertwined with record labels that were giving rappers and singers and R&B people drugs to promote. So when you look at it, and it all ties in together, I think 100% it's been elicited by the CIA to go ahead and, kill us from within, because that's exactly what you're seeing literally right now. So I don't think Ice Cube is wrong at all.
So first, I want to say shout out to Ice Cube. I believe Ice Cube was one of the ones that been very successful and ain't really sold us out as black people. I feel like he rock with us. He do everything he need to do that he can in certain positions when it comes to black people. Now, like you just said, so getting new information or having a different belief at a certain point in life, niggas will bleed you for it. But he could have just kept the information to himself and didn't have to say shit. You feel me? So salute Ice Cube for even dropping that. And you take what you want and do with that shit. You can't be mad at him for now that he's waking up to more information or learning new things to bash him about giving the information. Yeah, he was a product of his environment at one point. But like you say, don't bleed somebody because he don't even think the same way he thought when he was 20 years ago. So shout out to Cube, man. Keep doing what you do.
I seen a few people like saying he's controlled opposition because he does business with Jewish people with his Big Three and his movies and shit like that. First of all, you're seldom going to be able to do any business in entertainment unless a Jew is involved, number one. Number two, just because certain niggas got fucked over with their contracts don't mean every Jew is automatically your enemy. If we doing business and we both winning, how the fuck are you my enemy? If you put millions in my pocket, I'm putting millions in your pocket. How the fuck is this the enemy? I don't know no enemy that's putting millions in your pockets. Now, if I'm an investor and you got an idea, but I'm taking all the risk with the money, yeah, I'm gonna get a bigger cut than you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't finna be 50-50 because if your idea don't pan out, that's my money gone. So I ain't mad at people that's putting up the money up front getting a bigger cut. So that's to that whole, oh, he's working with the Jews and this and that. Man, your bitch ass don't even know how to read a contract. Shut the fuck up. You ain't never done no business with nobody. You ain't doing business with niggas. You ain't even doing business with your motherfucking self. Half of y'all bank accounts is Cash App. Shut the fuck up, bro. This is a whole nother level. So I want to say shout out to Ice Cube for that, because I ain't never seen him do nothing that sold us out. All I ever seen him do was drop game for niggas.
Not only that, to go back to the point about how people are getting on him for starting gangster rap, I mean, you could look at him now as like a spook by the door. If you ever, Nipsey Hussle talks about that book, a man who infiltrates, I believe, the FBI or the CIA, and he brings back that information to his people. So I think at some point in life, you become that spook by the door, that person that is within that community or that organization that now gets hip to the game and can bring us the information back. But where black people fuck up, and a lot of times why we don't progress, is because we didn't throw stones at that person. You know what I mean? That's trying to give us information that we don't understand yet because we're not there. So we can't see it yet. It might play down the road 5-10 years from now, but right now we can't see it. That's where that emotional response comes from. And then we throw stones at that person. Eventually, until a lot of them, they stop giving the information, So, and that's why we fail to progress a lot of times. So I think people should look at Ice Cube that way as well for the people who are saying something, negative about it.
Nah, that's facts, bro. And if you don't know that they use music to control communities by now and get people to do certain things, you just living under a fucking rock. I just seen a great post earlier this morning. It said, man, remember when we used to say lack of information was the cause for society's stupidity? It wasn't that. Because everybody got one of these in their pocket with unlimited information on it. And I would argue we dumber now than we were before then. So it ain't the lack of information. Now, gangster rap birthed drill rap, where you actually going to go do crime just to rap about it, to get on. Because a lot of the gangster rap was CB4. So it was niggas imitating the street niggas around them, then rapping about what they seen secondhand. A lot of them wasn't actually doing it. The drill rappers, these niggas is doing it.
They're really doing it. Yeah.
I gotta do a hit at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm in the studio. Yeah, I just stood over your man's and shooting a video about it with his obituary and all. Like, these niggas is going to a whole nother level. But that was birthed from gangster rap. So I think Ice Cube is sitting back like, damn, I played a part in this. I gotta play a part in the cleanup because I'll be a hypocrite. I created it, so I gotta help destroy it. That was part of the reason why they fucking killed Tookie, because he was looking at what he created and he was regretting what he created from behind that jail cell, going, damn, I need to talk to these young niggas because I helped create it. So I'm the one that they gonna respect to destroy it. That's why they whacked Tookie. It wasn't about the fucking crime he did. It was the influence he had and what he was trying to do. So pay attention to that shit. But shout out Ice Cube, man.
Shout out Cube for sure.
You got to start noticing things. The government created gang violence in our community. The Bloods and the Crips were never even supposed to be fighting. The system creates opposition by constantly putting the colors blue and red against each other. Yankees, Red Sox, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, Harvard, Yale, North Carolina, Duke. In-state rivalry, Crip on Crip, blue on blue, Civil War. North Carolina, one of the main states the Civil War was fought. And open your eyes. It's in the corporations. Walmart, Target, Coke, Pepsi. Oh, y'all think I'm joking. Y'all think I'm playing around. What color is the Democrats? What color is the Republicans? Water not even blue and fire not even red. That's just what they want you to think. My eyes is open. Fire is orange and water is clear. That look like blue to you?
Every day that goes by, I realize the bullshit that they pushing from the left, the bullshit that the Democrats pushing to my black people, because all I see is that they want to keep us emotional. They want to keep us emotionally involved in things because they understand if we emotional about shit, we'll never think past that. We will never think logically to the real issue. What I don't like is they pushing this narrative about how racism and is so detrimental to the black community. They pushing this narrative how so many black people get unalived by police. Don't get me wrong, racism is a problem, but it's not a problem that's detrimental to us to cause us where we can't get where we need to be. Don't get me wrong, police unaliving the black people is a problem, but it ain't as big as people thinking it is. Listen, if we want to get to the root of the problem of the black community, let's start by why 80 to 90% of all black people will be unalived by another black person. Now that sounds like it's detrimental to the black community. 80 to 90% of all black people that's unalive will be unalive by the hands of another black person. That sounds like an issue that needs to be addressed more than than Jasmine Crockett being upset about her and forcing her hate on Donald Trump to the other black people. Because that's all you're doing. You represent Dallas. Dallas has one of the highest mortality rates of black people on black crime. That seems like something you need to be fucking focusing on instead of focusing and pushing your hate to other black people for Donald Trump. That is crazy. That is crazy. It seems like we are the issue. We need to look on the inside and rework some things from the inside out. Because 80 to 90% of all black people get unalived by black people, that sounds like the problem to me. Donald Trump ain't the fucking problem. Elon ain't the fucking problem. We the fucking problem with ourselves.
People, when did gas stations start hiring Pookie and Ray Ray? Let me explain. I just went to the gas station and I bought something. My total came to $10.30. I gave Pookie a $20 bill. This motherfucker gave me back 2 5s and 1 10. So I said, yo, you gave me too much money. Pookie said, don't fuck with my intelligence. So I'm thinking, like, what intelligence? Motherfucker, you don't have no intelligence. You dropped out in the 1st grade. My total was $10.30. I gave you a $20 bill. You gave me back 2 5s and a 10. Ain't no intelligence in that, motherfucker. So me being a nice person, I tried to help these assholes. They told me to leave the store. So Pookie and Ray Ray paid me $10 to buy $10 worth of products in the gas station. People, if you own a gas station, don't hire Pookie and Ray Ray. You'll be out of business in no time.